ఇది పాటు వాళ్ళు తీసుకున్నారు.
Ma'am, can you please give me the host access? I think now it is working well. I think there is a problem in the Zoom regarding some connections. Yeah. Okay. Just give me one more minute. I just set it up. So meanwhile, if you have any questions, you just type in chat box, please. Meanwhile, I'll request ma'am to give me the host access. Hope now my screen is visible. I'm audible as well. And even my voice is clear now. Navneet, can you please confirm? Are you able to hear me properly now?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay, thanks. Zoom is having some issue today. After my second login, it is functioning well. Okay, fine. So I hope no questions from the last class. I'll just take a quick recap from the last session. Then we can continue from the slide number 15. So yesterday we covered up to slide number 14, so we can start from slide number 15. Okay, we started about the chemical industry, so how critical it is. So as I said yesterday, so it is become a part and parcel of our life. That is starts with a toothpaste that is also in a chemical. That's where even the cookwares, even the coatings, what we use. Mm, uh, I don't know. I'm not exactly getting anti-stick or something cookwares we used to use. That is also have different types of chemical coatings like Teflon coatings, etc. Yes, non-stick cookwares. Okay, even agriculture, TV tubes, most of the plastics, everything is a chemical. So definitely, we can't avoid this from our life. So somewhere else it has to work. So the better way is, so we have to control, or we have to identify the all the hazards with respect to the chemicals. Then we have to take proper corrective measures to avoid the accidents. Okay, then we have seen how we can able to avoid. One second, presentation is not visible. Is it the case with everybody? Is it my presentation is not visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What the-
Not visible, sir.
Okay, I'll reshare again. I don't know. I think Zoom needs a Sunday holiday. Fine. So now, is it visible now?
Okay, okay, sir.
Now visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Visible.
okay, okay. Thank you. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. Please accept. Yeah. Okay. So as we seen, these are the different ways chemicals, are interacting with our day-to-day cements, plastics, tiles, and paint, even plywood, glass, plastic curtains, etc. Even some metals we use, clothing, etc., etc. Then we have seen how we can avoid. These are the some of the tips. So we have to identify the hazards by using the MSDS. We have to choose a safer technology to handle these chemicals. Then we have to set up for or setting in a chemical industry for a minimum loss to amend material, which means it has to be a bit far from the dense population. Then we have to choose safety precaution from the beginning, and also we have to identify the workplace hazards within the factory and to be controlled by engineering controls. We have to choose engineering controls and also safe work methods to avoid these accidents. Even all the safety devices and fittings or instruments, whatever it is required, it has to be arranged. Workers must be properly trained. Even we have to take care of transportation. We have seen transportation within the industry or within the boundary outside the factory. So mostly we do with the biplanes and also bulk containers, and also the different types of cans we use, and also monitoring of controls, and also periodical examinations. These are the some 10 fundamentals or 10 safety programs, so that if you effectively follow these 10 programs, we can able to minimize the accidents. Then we have seen need of safety. So as we seen, we can't avoid chemical from our life. So it has to be there somewhere in the world. It has to get manufactured, then people has to use. So we have to take the proper control measures, like engineering controls may not be possible or available. Sometimes engineering controls is not possible, but there we can use certain type of PPAs. Then we have seen types of chemical industries, and we have seen the statutory requirements. So as I mentioned, Chapter 4A in the Factories Act 1948, it is a dedicated chapter, especially for the, excuse me, the Chapter 4A is dedicated for the hazardous processes. So when I say hazardous process, we can see the section 2CB. There we have a definition. I think I can show you in the second section what exactly this hazardous process talks about. Then chapter 5, which is in a welfare chapter, where it talks about various welfare measures or welfare facilities, etc., like collector rooms or washing facilities, first aid, ambulance rooms, and canteen, less rest and lunch rooms, creche, and also welfare officer. When I say welfare officer, in any factory, orderly employed 500 and above, so there they have to recruit a welfare officer. Then these are some of the Indian standards with respect to the manufacturing of certain type of chemicals as well as practices. Then we have seen the different types of hazards. So we talked about the health hazards with respect to by type of effect. So it can create an allergy, irritation, oxygen deficiency, systematic poison, example damage to the liver or kidneys, or systemic damage in the sense it will not given an immediate impact, but over a period of time it will get the impacted. Then cancers, damage to the unborn fetus, so which means the small babies. Even sometimes they used to get abortions, and you could see, or sometimes newborn babies will have impact. Already they have been exposed to the chemicals, or their families or the mother has been exposed to the concentration. It can impact on the newborn babies as well. Then we have seen fire and explosion hazards. Then we see in biological hazards, basically it is affected from the person to person, spread from the person to person, from the animals as well. Even people are working in biological laboratories and also in slaughtering houses, food processing industries, or agriculture industries. They are tends to uh, spread the industries, or these biological hazards can occur. So as I mentioned yesterday, COVID is one of the best example for a biological hazard. It can spread from person to a person. Then these are some of the bacterial infections or fungal infections or parasitic infections we have seen yesterday. Then we talk about the agents. I mean, this is caused with what type of biological agents, and also what kind of safety measures has to be taken. With respect to the safety measures to prevent this, highly infection or uh, oncogenic or bioagents, we should have a little control plans, including instructions for awareness of emergency actions in case of any emergency actions. As I mentioned, COVID. So we have done the lockdown. We have started implementing the PPEs, and we are not allowing the people to gather together. Ask them to use the nose mask as a compulsory. All these kind of precautions, and ultimately vaccination is the solution for such kind of this thing. So the best way, as I mentioned, hepatitis B, this is the very widely spreaded disease in past years. So nowadays, for newborn babies, on the same day after immediate birth, they are giving these kind of vaccinations. Then we have seen atomic hazards and also preventive control measures. So when we say preventive control measures, again, these principles are similar to the hazard hierarchy control. So then elimination, that is also a similar case with the hazard hierarchy control as well. Then substitution and also safer alternatives. Then distance guard or enclosure, isolation, shielding. These all are fall under engineering controls. Then personal protective equipments and also a personal hygiene. These all are preventive control measures. When we say emergency controls, we have to look for how fast you can retrieve, how fast you can take out the chemical from the immediate spill, the emergency shutdown procedures, on-site emergency plan, off-site emergency plans, even mutual aid arrangement, uh, internship or helping at the time of emergency situations, etc. And also conducting the rehearsals. This is also one of the critical activity. Every safety officer has to conduct rehearsals for the potential emergency situations. As we know, based on our process, what kind of emergency situations can occur, or what kind of emergency situation can arise. One second. what kind of emergency situations can arise. So accordingly, we have to conduct the rehearsals, which means a demo kind of emergency, so that people get familiar with the emergency mechanism, emergency protocol, and do's and don'ts in case of emergency. Now we'll see identification, is classification of chemicals. So as we know, this chemicals are also classified according to their physical state. So basically, that is the general classification of chemicals. Either they'll be in a solid form, liquid form, or in the gaseous form. Sometimes it is in a fine particles and also solid, like powders, dust, fumes, and also smoke are also called as particulate matters. So when I say particulate matter, these are the fine solid like dust particles, the fumes and smoke. And their suspension in the air or gas also exists. Liquids are classified as acid, alkalis, solvents, or suspension or liquid mixture, aerosols, etc. Gases are classified under the inert gases, which is nitrogen, CO2, or reactive or toxic, irritant or corrosive kind of gases. Okay, when we say liquids, these are the some of the examples: acids or alkalis or solvents. When we say gases, nitrogen and CO2. And when we say noxious, which means the irritant gases, there will be Cl2, NH3, SO2, and NO2, CaCl2. Then systemic poisoning, so where it can majorly affect on our kidneys, livers, and central nervous system. And then simple asphyxiants, which is N2, CH4, and CO2, chemical asphyxiant. So when we say simple asphyxiant, these are nothing but inert gases. So when we say chemical asphyxiant, these are the which is formed during the due to the chemical reaction. So see, a carbon monoxide, it is in a chemical asphyxiant. It is very dangerous in nature. It generates due to the unburned material or carbon monoxide. So basically, it will reacts with hemoglobin in our blood, so it can damage our blood cells. Then we have dust particulate matters, so causing pneumococcis, even causing asthma, like cotton floor, dust, etc. Allergy are causing lung cancers, chromium or asbestos or benzene if you are exposing with. Then other type is biological agents and diseases. So viruses, bacteria, fungi, parasites, or plant products. These are the different types of biological agents where it can create diseases. Okay, parasites are hookworms, like parasites in the sense external parasites or internal parasites. I think we are familiar with the worms. So for the kids, we used to have this deworming. Uh, One of the medicine, not wrong, albendazole. So we used to give for the kids, so that in case of any worms in their stomach, it can go away. Even for the animals also, they used to use dewormers for better digestion and growth perspective. And corrosive chemicals, again, amyl trisulene, these are the different types of chemicals. Let us not get into, because nowhere or nobody will ask you the right list of corrosive chemicals. You can remember sulfuric acid or HCl, hydrogen sulfide, etc. These all will be uh, sulfur chloride. All these will be fall under corrosive chemicals. These are in nature, so it can destroy the structure of the chemicals. Even bromine also one of the highly corrosive chemical. And oxidizing agents, so when I say oxidizing agents, so whenever an oxidating agent, for example aluminum nitrate, it is involved in any reaction, దే లిబరేట్ ఆక్సిజన్. అంటే ఏంటంటే ఎప్పుడైతే ఈ ఆక్సిడైజింగ్ ఏజెంట్స్ అనేవి ఏదైనా ఒక కెమికల్ రియాక్షన్లో పాల్గొన్నప్పుడు అక్కడ ఇవి ఆక్సిజన్ని జనరేట్ చేస్తాయి. సో వెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ జనరేటింగ్ ఆక్సిజన్, ద ఆక్సిడైజింగ్ కెమికల్స్ ఆర్ ఇన్కంపాటబుల్ విత్ ది ఫ్లేమబుల్స్. అంటే ఈ రెండింటిని కూడా మనం ఒక దగ్గర చేర్చకూడదు. సో ఇట్ కెన్ క్రియేట్ ఎన్ వైలెంట్ దిస్ థింగ్, బికాస్ For the fire, definitely we need oxygen. Whenever there is more oxygen, it will become an enrichment. If it is more oxygen, also it will not, fire will not, continuous. If it is less, also it will not continue. But for the flammable materials, the oxidizing agents and also corrosives are incompatible. Then carcinogens. So please remember, whenever we talk about carcinogens, so any chemical, the carcinogens are the main causes for the cancers. So asbestos, acrolein, aniline, acrylnitrile, alpha, etc., etc. All these are, even benzene. These are also carcinogens, where it can create uh, cancer agents in our body. It can create cancer to us. Now we talk about MSDS. So I think I have a message. Gripe water. I don't know gripe water. I think gripe water will digest. Maybe gripe water for the kids we use in case of any stomach pain or indigestion. Basically, worms. What will happen? Worms are nothing but these are the eggs of the flies, or basically eggs of the flies. So whenever you drink a contaminated water, which are, I mean, eggs are there on that this thing. Once it gone to the stomach, it will become a worm. It can, I mean, grow actually. So what will happen? These worms will absorb the blood cells or energy which we are consuming. So resulting, you can't see any growth in the kids. Even though they are eating, the growth will be suspended. Even there are different types of worms, tick worms or round worms, tapeworms. If you see a tapeworm, I have seen in animals, they are like literally in meters. 1 meter, 2 meter length will be there. Minimum 2 feet, 3 feet length tapeworms are there. It's a kind of a length of a rope. I mean, similar to that. Tapeworms. Those are very dangerous. Whenever the load of these worms increases, so there will be a chance to fatal cases also, especially in the animals I have seen. In the humans I never seen that, but animals, they're having a high chance of animal can die because of this worm load. లిటరలీ దే విల్ స్క్వీజ్ యాక్చువల్లీ, లోపల ఉన్నదంతా తినేస్తూ ఉంటాయి, అవి పెరిగిపోతూ ఉంటాయి. ఈవెన్ ఒక్కోసారి వాటి మోషన్లో కూడా, డంక్లో కూడా వచ్చే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉంది టైప్ వామ్స్ అనేవి. ఓవర్లోడ్ ఎప్పుడైతే వామ్స్ లోడ్ ఎక్కువైపోతుందో లోపల, యూ కుడ్ సీ ఇట్ కమ్స్ విత్ అలాంగ్ విత్ డంక్. Now we'll talk about MSDS, material safety data sheet. Sometimes you see it as a safety data sheet also. So basically, when I say material safety data sheet, it is nothing but in a biodata of a chemical. So what exactly, and also it can gives us the address of the chemical. It gives a name or formula, trade name, and also the composition of the chemical, CAS numbers. CAS number will be the unique number uh, for the chemicals. It never change. Then hexagram numbers or hazardous waste ID, or some of them are will not be there. We'll try to see any one MSDS also. Then physical chemical data. Yeah.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Sir, can you explain point number 8, 9, 10, 11, EAC
The,
number?
these are the CAS numbers actually, chemical extract and series numbers. So basically, these are the unique numbers actually. For example, we have an Aadhaar number. We have 140 crores of population. So 140 crore Aadhaar numbers are different. Same way, for each chemical, we will have a CAS number.
సార్ ఐడెంటిటీ నెంబర్ సార్ అది.
Identity number and jappochu. Yes, it's kind of identity number. With the CAS number, you can find the name of the chemical.
ఓకే సార్.
Yeah, it's like an Aadhaar number for a chemical.
Okay, just like cache number, UN number, ADR number, both are different type chemical
No,
identification number.
ADR number is different actually. We'll see in the upcoming slides we have those definitions. I'll explain that. Don't worry. We talk about each element in the MSDS. Okay. Basically, CAS talks about the chemical abstract service number, and the UN means a UN classification of chemicals actually. Okay. Fine. Then we talk about the physical and chemical data. So when we say physical and chemical data, what is the physical state, whether it is in solid, liquid, powder, and also it gives about the order, what kind of smell it can give, and we talk about specific gravity, which is equal to, we always measure with one, and the vapor density with air one, boiling point, melting point, vapor pressure, whether it is soluble in water or not, and what are the scrubbing agents. It is nothing but neutralizing agents in case of any spillage happens. So what kind of chemical can be used to neutralize? All these things will be, we could see even pH, number of hydrogen ions. When we say pH, you can see from 0 to 14. So 14 will be the strongest base, and the following will be, we could see it as an acids. Then fire and explosion data, so where you could see about flashpoint, auto ignition temperatures. Even you can see LEL, lower explosive limit, and upper explosive limit. When we say lower explosive limit and upper explosive limit, we can tell it as the fire range. So within this limit only, the certain chemical will burn. So if it is less than the LEL or more than the UEL, the chemical will not participate in the fire. And TDG flammability, I'm not sure. I have not seen in any MSDS. Explosion sensitivity to the impact. Mostly in the fire and explosion data, you will see the flash point and auto ignition temperature, LEL and UEL, and also compatibility data. Then reactivity data, so chemical stability, incompatibility, which are the chemicals to avoid. When I say incompatibility, the chemical, if you store, for example, I'm storing in a strong acid, so I can't store it in strong base, or I can't store any flammables which is adjacent to a acid, because in case of any fire accident happens, again that acid, if is involved in the fire accident, then it can create an other hazard. So it is going to be incompatible. It makes the situation worse. అంటే మండే స్వభావం ఉన్న పదార్థాలు తర్వాత ఈ యాసిడ్స్ని మనము ఒక చోట స్టోర్ చేయకూడదు. Then reactivity data, then hazardous reaction products. It is again nothing but they will give the list of products which is hazardous reaction products, which are not supposed to be stored near to. Then
Sorry, sir.
health hazard.
Sorry, sir. Little interact, sir. Sir, my
Yeah.
confusion when you all these points like reactive data, health hazard data, or MSDS. Sir, yeah, this all points will be final. Yeah, in additional they occur extra or any occur.
फाइनली मतलब
मतलब
तो
सर ये
बेसिकली
जो आपने
ये क्या है ना, हाँ, आई विल टेल यू, मैं बताता हूँ. सो बेसिकली
जी सर.
आपको एक केमिकल केमिकल के बारे में आपको जानकारी चाहिए, तो ये MSDS
जी
आपको हेल्प हो जाता है। फॉर एग्जांपल हमारा रेज्यूमे है, रेज्यूमे में क्या क्या डिटेल्स होता है, समय नाम होगा, एड्रेस होगा, आपका एजुकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन होगा, आपको कौन सी स्किल्स माले में होगा, ये पूरा रहता है ना। सेम वे
जी।
एक केमिकल का पूरे जानकारी इसमें होता है, मटेरियल सेफ्टी डाटा शीट में। इसमें क्या क्या होगा, केमिकल आइडेंटिटी, किधर मैन्युफैक्चर हुआ है, उसका नाम क्या है, उसमें कौन सी कॉम्पोजिशन हुआ है। केमिकल बोलो तो एक ही नहीं होता ना, कुछ कुछ कोई केमिकल होता है, दो तीन केमिकल मिला के मिक्स बनाता है। सो कौन सी केमिकल मिक्स किया है, और इसका फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज क्या है, ये तो कौन से फॉर्म
ओके
में रहता है,
ओके
ये तो
ओके।
पानी का जैसा रहता है,
ठीक है सर,
पाउडर
मैं
फॉर्म।
समझ गया मतलब ये पॉइंट्स जो दिया है, ये उसका मतलब आइडेंटिटी करने का और
मतलब
वो
हाँ
फिजिकल।
हाँ, एक सेक्शन के अंदर ये जो इन्फॉर्मेशन रहेगा। मैं एक सैंपल MSDS भी दिखाता हूँ सेकंड क्लास में। ठीक है,
चेंज भी हो सकता है ना सर?
हाँ ये चेंज भी नहीं सकते, ये तो स्टैंडर्ड है। क्योंकि जब एक मैन्युफैक्चरर जो बनाता है ना MSDS, ये तो स्टैंडर्ड स्ट्रक्चर है, इसमें खाली 16 सेक्शंस रहेगा, एक एक सेक्शन में वो स्पेसिफिक इन्फॉर्मेशन भर देगा। Even
ओके ओके।
this is also one of the legal requirement, as I mentioned, in hazardous waste management rules. Not sorry, hazardous
हम्म।
waste, MSH rules, manufacturing, storage, and import of hazardous chemicals rules, 1989. There, it is mandatory that every manufacturer or supplier they have to submit the MSDS along with the chemical. These rules have been
ओके
came in after the Bhopal accident. This MSIHC rules, 1989. If you search simply in the Google, there also you will see the requirement of MSDS. If I'm not wrong, rule number 9 or 13. Exactly, I'm not remember, but that is the
हम्म।
mandatory requirement from the government.
सर तो इसमें से मेनली सर जो अपना ये 13 पॉइंट दिया हुआ है केमिकल आइडेंटिटी आइडेंटिटी में, इसमें से मेनली कौन सा यूज होता है ज्यादा
इसमें
ज्यादा
सारा
ज्यादा?
सारा नहीं रहेगा। मैं I mean, if you excuse me, can I show it in the next class so that you will better understand?
ठीक है, ओके ओके सर,
एक
नेक्स्ट क्लास
एग्जांपल
में ज्वाइन
दिखाता हूँ
करूँ।
मैं। हाँ हाँ,
ओके
सेकंड क्लास
ओके
में।
ओके
ठीक है, अभी देखेंगे इसमें क्या क्या रहेगा। मतलब इसमें सारा के
ओके।
सारा 13 पॉइंट्स नहीं रहेगा, खाली जो चार पांच
हम्म।
पॉइंट रहेगा। एक एग्जांपल दिखाता हूँ सो दैट यू विल बी क्लियर।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
ओके, थैंक्स। Okay, we have 1 minute only. I'll just take. So fire and explosion reactivity, again. So TLV, that is a threshold limit value. I think ACGH, which is an American Council of, I think this is definition abbreviation we have seen our Industrial Hygiene Association or something, and STEL. So when I talk about TLV, so the TLV is nothing but a threshold limit value. It will be calculated for 8 hours of duration. అంటే ఏంటంటే इसका मतलब क्या है कि एक बंदा 8 hours जो काम करेगा, तो वो लोग कितना केमिकल एक्सपोज हो सकता है। फॉर एग्जांपल 1 ppm और 2 ppm, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए। Then STL, so short term exposure limit, it is calculated for 15 minutes. So for a person, 15 minutes, within 15 minutes, how much of chemical he can expose. So if he is exposing more than that, so he is going to get unconscious, or he will get in the health effects. Okay, I am stopping here now. We have 10 seconds. In second class, we'll see one sample MSDS so that you will feel